I'm going to get a notification second. There we go. We are streaming and recording. Fantastic stuff. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, and welcome back to the D&D channel. Somebody was breathing on their mic for a moment then, but it stopped. Okay. So audio might be a little bit weird today because this is a very lovely weekend for me because I'm joined by the beautiful chair. My wonderful partner has come to stay for the evening. And night and morning. It made more sense when I said it in my head to say the evening. But yeah, so with the audio, we may get some overlapping, possibly, so it may sound a little bit odd, but we'll work our way through as best we're able to. So obviously we're joined by the beautiful and lovely Gem.
Hello.
We're also joined by Big Mike, who's just muted his mic on Discord, because that's helpful.
No, I've got it on toggle mute because I don't want to keep having breathing on the microphone.
Ah, fair enough. I'm joined by the wonderful Live.
Hello.
Who's not feeling very well, so we may not be getting the proper Ion voice. But we'll see how we feel on this. It's a general weird audio day today. Essentially, is what it boils down to. We've got Mike's muting his mic occasionally. Lyle's not feeling very well. I've got double audio for this room, and Nike is now called himself Nathan, so he's not going to respond to his name. So yeah, it's going to be a fantastic,
on the website too.
a wonderful shit show of joy. I love it.
Yeah. It's like a basic Monday Bears.
It's standard Monday, but we haven't got Harry because Harry is he's got work at stupid o'clock in the morning and he's having to do a long journey, so he's not spending the day with us because he'll probably die and fail if he has to.
We'll miss him.
We will.
Where's the hat, Dan? Where's the hat?
The hat
Where is
off
the
to the
hat?
side.
The booze disappears if the hat goes on.
But
How much do you want your Jack Daniels honey?
to be fair, the Jack Daniels honey is not from you; it's from your dad.
Actually, no, it's not. I bought it myself with my own money. That's why I went to Tesco's. I lied to find out what booze you drink.
Oh.
Hence saying it was an early birthday present from me.
If you've been affected by any of the issues raised in this episode of The Stag,
To be fair, I surprised him as well. I turned up and knocked on his door and got his mum to let me in so that I could go up and surprise him by saying I was here.
Jem got a surprise round on you there.
yeah,
Disadvantage
yeah,
to you.
she did. Yeah, basically.
He was not impressed.
No, because I was worried and stuff because she wasn't responding to text messages and
But my
things.
phone was dying and I got lost.
Yeah.
Tesco's
Because I
favorite.
went to because I went to Tesco's to buy him his alcohol, I got lost. But I can't believe you bought it. It was from my dad.
But
I couldn't ask Harry to do it because Harry was busy, so I had to go to resort to another thing. Pretend that my dad wanted to know what alcohol you drank. It worked.
It's fine. It's fine. We're getting there. We're getting there. We'll be okay. It'll all be good. It'll all be good. Okay. So, the music stopped. Let's put that music back on. Let's minimize that for a second. Close that. Don't need that anymore. Because I forgot to put it on repeat. That's why. So we've got some nice little, simple little bit of nice intro music for us now. So, last week, party. Do you remember?
No, I don't want to remember.
I don't.
Are you trying to imply that for some reason I may have chosen this particularly somber music?
Oh, I don't have the music on. Wait, let me do something.
I've forgotten what happened last week, just in case the police.
Well, you weren't an accomplice, so you're good.
I know, but pretend I don't know as well.
The hat's on.
I saw everything, so.
The hell and damn it, the hat's on.
I didn't murder anyone, and I'll stick to that story.
And you didn't
no,
wish
you
anyone.
just tied one up and sat on them.
It's even worse. It's even worse
I
for
also
you.
got off.
It's even worse
That
for you, Noah.
sounds, yeah, that sounds bad.
It's even
Yeah.
worse for you, Noah. What were you doing the
You
entire
got off
time?
on the
I
little
was in a
hat.
tree.
then.
Yeah, Nye was just in a bush watching.
I was yelling at them to stop.
Now, you see something, say something. You were just as bad as anyone
I was
else.
screaming at you guys.
Not loud enough apparently because fucking Maeve fucking murdered 2 innocent little goblins.
You killed my brother.
The goblin voice.
Yeah, be nice.
I think all niceties went out the window.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So do I. Somehow it was a horror. It was a shit show. It was terrible. It was just shenanigans
It
after
was just another
shenanigans.
Monday.
Yeah, to a certain extent, it was just another Monday.
But
Hey,
Harry
Doge.
isn't here to coerce us, so it might be a bit less offensive.
When the paladin is the ringleader, you know something's going wrong.
But I did step up and save the whole day, so...
This
He
is
did.
true.
Yeah,
I
when-
did make friends with goblins too.
When the paladin is the ringleader and the ranger is the moral compass, you know something's not quite right with your group.
The ranger that looks like a bad guy from Star Wars, from the picture at least.
That was actually the only picture I could find that was close because the person that was supposed to be drawing the thing for me never.
Yeah, Illusion.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's all gone a little bit Pete Tong. But yeah, we'll see what's going on with that. It'll all be fine. So, you've had your basically you came to the city. You came to the city on the Monday, and you had the conversation with Sigurd at Sigurd's Sigils on that Monday as well. On the Tuesday, you went to go and get measured up for your tunics, and then you went off and had a conversation with some goblins.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that better.
And then you spent the Tuesday evening with various things. I believe there's some carousing and prayer and all sorts of stuff for that. Now, because we've got no Harry, Maeve is spending the whole of today of this session deep in prayer and contemplation of his sins. So he's going to be staying at the shrine of Helm. The plan is what I would like to happen today would be for this session to essentially be your Wednesday morning to evening would be your Wednesday in the city, because don't forget you're in the city of Neverwinter for a week. If we end up going through some stuff and we get through things a little bit quicker, then we'll see if we can do another day for it. But don't feel like there's any rush. If you guys want to stretch out things, if you want to like go and do some exploring and things for it, hey Wes, then by all means do that. Yeah, this is you've got at the very least one full day to just chill out, relax, and do whatever you want. You've done the 2 main tasks that were assigned to you as members of the Silver Talon Adventuring Guild. You've got the freedom now to actually enjoy your downtime.
Okay.
We have to go and collect our tunic things as well, don't we?
The tunics are going to be being sent. Yeah, the tunics are going to be being sent to the guild hall. They'll be for you to collect there. Basically, when you get back to the guild hall after your session here in the city, you'll be collecting them there.
How many days did we have in the city before we go back to...
You have a week in the city, so basically you're in the city until the Saturday night. You're travelling back the Saturday night.
Okay.
That's like the Sunday night. Travelling back the Sunday night. We're going from Monday to Sunday. So I'm so used to the week going Sunday to Saturday, and I've set the D&D week to be in Monday to Sunday because I hate myself, apparently. So, yes, as I say, we have no Harry. It is it's bright and early on the Wednesday morning, and let's just turn the music off now because we're going to go into doing the town music again.
Okay.
So we'll turn the town audio on for the background. So it's bright and early in the morning. You've got the freedom to act and do as you will. Your guide, your chaperone. That's the word I'm looking for. Your chaperone, I believe, was Sejan the Dragonborn.
Yep.
He's already downstairs in the main room of the tavern. Enjoying his breakfast. It's about 7:30 in the morning is when he got down there. What sort of times would you guys be waking up? Who would wake up early? Who'd be up early?
Me, most likely.
I figured Nye would probably be up early. So Nye, let's let's come on down to the main room now. If you're going to be going down to the main room, and let's see where your day takes you, where your
First
morning
thing
takes you at least.
First thing I message, was it Fizzle?
Fizzle.
Just to check up, like I said I would. I told him I'd check up every day to make sure that the hunters are doing what they're supposed to be doing and not causing them problems.
Yep.
And then I go pick up that cooking thing from the job board, and then go off into the forest to start gathering stuff. And if you want, I will roll nature to make sure that I don't get anything.
So, are you
poisonous.
looking for basically like wild supplies to enter into the cooking competition?
Yes.
Okay, so don't forget the cooking competition is at the weekend, so that's just something to bear in mind when you are looking out for your things.
Well,
If you're looking for things that
yeah.
may not necessarily keep. I mean, obviously things like your dry goods and that sort of stuff, they're gonna be okay.
Yeah. Okay, then that's what I'll do. And
So
I'll
just
be
bear in mind.
rolling nature.
Well, I think so. That's what your plan is to head out for the morning and go and do some harvesting of items. So we'll say that you're making your plans now. You're looking at the notice board. Who else would be waking up nice and early?
Me.
What would you be doing, my darling? What would Vivian be doing? Why is Vivian up early?
Just because she's used to getting up early from all the soldiers and stuff like that, doing their early morning training, so she'd probably get up, have some breakfast, and then go for a run.
Okay. So you're spending some time basically just keeping fit,
Yeah.
do a bit of cardio. That's what your plans for the morning. Is there anyone else who's going to be up nice and early, or are people going to be sleeping in a little bit?
Jacob tends to sort of meditate more than anything else, so he's probably not a heavy sleeper.
Okay.
He'd probably be up at
I'm also waking up nice and early, but like,
Are you sure you didn't have a wild night with your girlfriend?
Yeah,
No.
you're in bed, girlfriend again.
no, she works. She has to do her job at the tavern.
I dunno.
She's like, she woke up at the same time as me, and she went downstairs and did her things, and I've like been in a bathtub for 4 hours, just like conjuring little bubbles around me and like washing my hair and like.
When
making
you
sure I
say conjuring little bubbles around you, are you sure you mean
Oh my
conjuring,
God.
or are you just farting in the tub?
Ion is not that kind of man.
Okay.
He's got
Just had to
class.
Are you,
And, like-
are you sure you'd be up early after all the mimosas?
No, that wasn't last night, was it? That was the previous night.
Well, I mean, there was a
So you
lot of
don't have
mimosa
a drink?
drinking
Oh, no.
in the
Well,
during
okay,
the
I
day in
probably have a
Tuesday.
2-day hangover, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair enough.
Well, are you sure you didn't let her go to work and then you went back to sleep?
I'm pretty sure I went into the bathtub. I might have fallen
Absolutely.
asleep in the bathtub.
Hey, Mojo.
Yeah.
Make sure you watch that welt that Nye left you from the forest.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
Smack him
But,
in the
like-
back with his bow.
Hey, Nix.
Yeah. It hurts a bit, but like I'm all good. And like this sounds very vain, but like just remember that my goddess is soon, so actually like me like taking care of myself and making myself beautiful is like actually prayer, like in its own way. Like don't get it twisted, girl. And like yeah.
Oh, I love it. So
I'm
you're
probably down for breakfast at around 12 o'clock.
you're spending your morning in prayer is what we're saying here
Technically.
by some stretch.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. You say Jacob was going to be? Is he? Let's say he's a heavy sleeper, or he'd be up early, but with the
He used to be a research assistant, so he probably used to getting up quite early and having to hammer on through the day kind of thing.
Okay. So is he getting up early? Is he? You said he was doing like he's thinking about doing some meditating and stuff. Is he going to be doing the meditating and stuff in his room, or is he going to be looking to find somewhere? Is he looking to like maybe head to the Major's Quarter and find people to talk
he'll-
with? And what's his plans for the morning and day?
He'd probably go through, to sort of the local market, grab some rations or food for the
Okay.
day.
And let me
head-
put you guys back on the seat now, because I now that all the parties are in the city of Neverwinter, I have further updated the map to put in some of the places that you've been to before, places you would know about, and some dividing up of the city just to make life a
Do
little
we
bit
have
easier for you.
Cut me own throat dibbler.
Yeah. That one was sort of like put in there for a bit of a giggle because the rogue in the Sunday party he went in to find someone who was selling kebabs, and it described a character who was inspired by Cut Me Off Throat Dibbler, and then he wrote him on the map. So I thought, fuck it, we'll keep it.
Fuck it, yeah. Crossover, bitches.
So don't forget, you guys are currently staying at the Blue Stallion. There is a few. Sorry, there's a few places around. So Pangolins Hide, True Strikes is only like a couple minutes walk away from Pangolins Hide. So I haven't put both up on the map because it will take up too much space. So if you did want to go back to the weapons shop, that'd be the direction you'd be heading in.
Yeah.
Germain's is another alchemy shop that I have left on there by accident, but I'll say you learnt about it when you went to Darius's. If you go to Darius's Elixirs and Germain's are two alchemy stores that you would have been told about as places to get you can get alchemy supplies from if you were looking to like buy yourself healing potions and stuff. So just as a little retcon to explain why I've left that on there because I'm an idiot. I will say that.
Yeah, so I probably wouldn't go to buy any alchemy supplies just yet. I think you probably get up, say, go to the market, get some food,
Okay.
and then go on to the Mages Guild and.
Well, that's basically going to be for you. It's going to be a journey, basically like from the Blue Stallion up towards Sigurd's Sigils, past Darius's Elixirs, and Sigurd's Sigils, Darius's Elixirs, Pangolin's Hide. That area in the middle, of the north area of the city, that is what we're using as the market district.
Right.
Next to it, the area that Germain's is in, that is the magic district,
Okay. Yeah, you probably.
or like the mages district.
Grab some stuff, grab some supplies for the day, maybe some sort of like sorted beef or something, and just on his way through. And...
Well, mark off. Let's just say it's like maybe 4 or 5 coppers worth of your money to say you grabbing some supplies. And you're heading into the mages sector. And what is it you're looking for in the mages sector?
Probably just local law, so you can catch up on see if there's any kind of like people have obviously written down any kind of like local sightings or any magical sort of things, so like haunted places or whatever, just so he knows the lay of the land, really.
Okie dokie. Why don't you give me a persuasion roll to see how well you can describe. You can chat people up to get some information, and an insight roll to see which tall tales you believe, and discerning the truth from fiction.
Okay. An insight roll, yeah?
A persuasion first, and then an insight roll. Yeah, so a persuasion and an insight. So basically, how much information do you find out? How easy do you find it to believe it all? So you don't really find out too much. You hear a lot of like the classic tall tales of ships going missing in the night, and things like, you know, there's of animals being found mutilated. But you're only, each time you're hearing the story, it's like there's only like one person telling you the story, but you fully believe them each time. So you're just like, oh wow, there must be an issue with like loads of ships going. There must be something targeting the ships, and maybe like some wild animals, or maybe monsters or aliens that are targeting the cattle. So you're spending your morning being sung some tall tales and great yarns, and you're lapping up every drop of it.
Okay.
Nye, you said you were going to be heading out into the woods to try and find yourself some wild game and shrubs and berries and twigs and delectable delights.
Yes.
You are a ranger, are you not?
Si, senor.
And part of your being a ranger is that you can find
Favorite terrain, I believe.
Yeah, favorite terrain. What did you pick as your favorite terrain? It was woodland you picked. Did you not?
No, I didn't choose one because we were in the we're in that dungeon for the first.
That's right. So don't worry about it too much because it's not going to make that much of a difference at the minute. So did you have one in mind? Because we probably should have decided that before we actually came into the city. To be fair,
probably woodland.
I think because it would, just going by your character's background and history, it would make sense for it to be woodland. So yeah, it would. It's the sort of thing that a lot of rangers go for. It's a good solid choice. So you got the fate around that bit. What did you pick as your background again?
My background was far traveler.
Far traveler. Okay, right. So because it's your favoured terrain, and you got that bit as well. Oh, and that's the natural explorer thing, isn't it? That's what it is.
Mhm.
That's the thing. Yeah, so natural explorer. So when you forage, you find twice as much food as you normally would. That's the element I was looking for. Is the forage bit. So what it says, because you got that and you're a ranger and it is your more familiar terrain. When you give me an advanced survival check, advantaged survival check.
Okay. Oh, god damn, my screen keeps fucking around with me. Alright, we're gonna... And I roll...
12. Okay.
You want me to go again?
No, it's rolled at advantage. It's given the little green dot that says it was advantage.
Damn, that's
Where's my-
bad.
See what the other roll was. Well, the other roll was a 2, so you know you can complain if you like.
Wait. What other roll was a 2?
When you roll at advantage, if you put your mouse over the 12, it shows you what the 2 rolls actually were. So it shows there that it's rolling 2 d20s, keep highest 1. So that's what the 2d20 KH1 stands for. So rolls 2 d20s, keeps highest 1, and you see that it's rolled a 2 and a 9, plus then your assorted proficiency modifiers and such. Yeah, so you've.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm fine.
So let's see. Let's see if I so you've got 12 there. So let's say. So you might get a little bit extra lucky. So let's be nice, shall we? You find about half a pound of wild mushrooms.
Okay. Now, do I know if they're poisonous or not?
Oh yeah, I mean ones that you know that are fine. So because you said you were looking for things for doing the cooking competition, you found about half a pound of suitable wild mushrooms.
Okay. And did I find any squirrel or anything like that around either, or as well?
You set some traps, but when you came back to them, you set 3 traps. When you came back to them, 2 were empty and 1 hadn't been sprung.
Okay. Then I will reset them and then continue going around to gather more stuff.
Okie dokie. So you're staying out for the afternoon as well?
Yeah, because a half pound of mushrooms isn't really going to be much.
Not a lot, no. I'm just making a note of the fact that you want to enter the cooking competition, because I may need to get you to join one of the other streams for the purposes of deciding the victory, depending on exactly what's going on with that and how it all comes around. Because obviously all the passes are running slightly different timing.
Yeah, and it really would depend on when I could get on.
Yeah,
for that.
so it may even be something where I get you to like roll the dice off stream, but in front of me, as it were.
Yeah.
So I was making some notes on what you found so far. Okay, so you're going to be staying out for the afternoon as well. Vivian is Vivian's still going for her, like spending some more time exercising?
No, she's done her running for a bit, and she's gonna see if she can find some people around to help her find a little junk shop. To see if she can find any hidden treasures in the junk shop.
Hidden treasures in a junk shop. Basically, when you say junk shop, you're looking for sort of like
like little trinkets, little bracelets, necklaces, stuff like that.
So
to help with her enchantment side.
if you're looking for that, you're probably looking for like a pawn shop. Yeah, so I have a pawn shop. Let's just quickly generate a name, and then I'll decide where I want to put it.
Okay.
Because I wasn't thinking anyone would ask for a pawn shop, so I didn't prepare one.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just so far every party has asked like, what can we have one of these? I'm like, you certainly can. Just give me a moment to work one out.
Well, it might come in handy. They might have some hidden treasures.
They may do.
Like people wanting to make a quick buck and not realising how precious the ink is.
Right. Let me just make because I've got 3 notepads that I've got active at the moment.
I know.
Okie dokie. So, I know what I'm going to call it. I just need to know. I need to work out where I want to put it. So if I go onto this level, so I can get hold of it, I want one of those, and we're going to put it. We're going to put it over here. Okay, dokie. So, can I have a survival check from you, please, to see how well you're able to try and track down a store? Yeah. So, a bit of asking around, and 6 copper pieces into the hand of a street urchin. Directs you to a place called Newdale's Thrift in the in the merchant sector. And this book as well. I need 2 books for this one.
Sorry.
That's fine. No, you shouldn't be. Well, you might be.
Fudge.
What? You know, you don't know what's gonna
Come up
happen.
with a word that wasn't going to be a swear word.
Just say fuck. It's nice and easy.
Well, yeah, but I started to say my word that I goofed up on earlier, and then I was just like, no, that word does not exist.
Oh, I love that word. It's my new favourite word.
No.
Anyway, so yes, so you find Newdale's Thrift Shop.
Okay.
So if you're heading into Newdale's Thrift Shop,
Do you have a picture of the man that owns the shop?
I do not have a picture of the man that owns the shop. He's only existed for 17 seconds.
Wow.
But he's got a name.
Wow, that's lazy, Dan.
Disadvantage. Party-wide disadvantage.
I didn't even do anything.
I don't care. Party-wide disadvantage.
I'm not even in town.
Now you synced with this ship, goddammit.
I wish to see the man that I am talking to.
Really lazy.
You can have his name. His name is Garrick Newdale, and he's a human. He looks to be about 50 years old, and his thrift shop, pawn shop, it's more like a sort of like a charity shop sort of thing. It's you know it's like a Goodwill store. Minus 20 to all rolls. Party wide, minus 20 to all rolls. Yeah, you can roll with advantage. It'll still be minus 20. Minus 20 is minus 20. Oh, you're on a nat 20. Good job with your 0.
You smacked yourself in the face. Congratulations.
It was a critical hit to the face. Right, okay, so you're going to Newdale's Thrift Shop. Is there anything in particular you're looking for, or how are you searching through these various items, these half a dozen or so shelves and racks of assorted tap?
Let me think. Okay. I'd want to kind of inspect, like, if there's any trinkets or anything like that, kind of look them over, see if there's anything that was maybe missed and people didn't realise how important it was.
Okay, so you're looking for... You're having a look specifically... Thank you for them videos, man. And thanks for helping them spend some time. Yeah, I can understand the whole keeping the missus happy, because I apparently have to give her advantage on all rolls. Apparently. So, you know, I feel your pain, brother. I feel your pain. So yeah, so you're looking over these assorted bits of gumph for anything that maybe is not gumph. Okay, so let's say well, how long are you planning on staying in the store?
How big is the store? Because that really determines how long I'd want to stay.
It's sort of about like corner shop sort of size. But a large corner shop.
About an hour and a half.
Hour and a half? Hour and a half sifting through them. Okay, give me it's an hour and a half, then thing for give me 3 investigation rolls. Mm-hmm. That's 3. Okie dokie. Can you also, for each of those 3 investigation rolls you just done, can you also please roll for me a D100?
I do not know how to do that, so tell me.
Okay, so
Is it just slash D100?
it is, yeah.
No, it's not slash D100.
Slash roll.
Slash roll D100. Sorry. Because this D100 in square brackets will work.
Wait a minute.
Or
Is
slash
there a
R, I
space?
believe works too. Slash
there's-
R space D100 or slash roll space D100.
Alright, slash R D100. There you go.
I need 2 more, please.
There you go.
Okie dokie.
297.
I know. I like that.
Yeah. Can you re-roll that second one for me, please?
That's not fair.
Actually, no, you don't need to. You're fine, you don't need to. Now, the reason being, because it'll just end up with a duplicate of an item. That's the only reason I'm going to get you to re-roll it. But it doesn't make any difference, because the first one was the 9 and the second one was the 20, so it's not going to make any odds on that. So, the first thing you find is a small, like it's a tiny little mechanical spider. And the reason it catches your eye is that as you're moving around and you're looking through the store, you see the thing, and you pick it up and you say, oh, that's interesting. Put it down, you move along a little bit further, and something like catch some movement at the corner of your eye, and you realise that the little mechanical spider sort of like it's moved slightly. So it seems that when it's not being observed, the spider moves.
Cool.
There's a little mechanical spider. It has a little price tag on it as well, of 7 copper.
Okay.
You've also found a small black stone, which, despite the fact that it's still quite early in the morning, it feels warm. It's got a little tag on it, with a price tag on it, which is 1 silver, and on the back of the price tag it says glove warmer.
Could be handy.
And the last thing you found oh my fucking god, seriously? How far through this book do I need to go to find the page I'm looking for? Oh, fucker. I will tell you in just a moment. I need that dice, and I need that dice. So... well, that's interesting. So is that. You found a glimmering golden amulet. That it's got a red gem. Yes, it's got a red gem. It's it looks almost the actual gem itself looks almost like the head of a trident, and it's got some very like burnished, dirty brass hands like clasped around the gem. It's got a price tag on it of see, he's thinking. Okay, so the. Price tag on it of 28 gold.
Okay.
So those are the 3 items that you've found. Whether or not you want to buy any of them, of course, is entirely up to you.
I do.
Did you make a note of the things I told you as you was going through them? Because I didn't make a note of them myself as I was going. As a mechanic.
I did.
Spider, a glove warmer, and an amulet.
Yes.
You said the spider was 8 copper. I don't remember how much you said the.
Yeah, I don't know the gold glove one, but I know.
It's a one silver.
Oh
for the
yeah,
glove.
1 silver. Okay, so I want all 3.
Okay, so that's going to be a
They can
total
find
of 28 gold, 1 silver, and 8 copper.
Okay, so how much do I take off my thing? Because it's just in gold.
How much gold have you got?
214.
214, right. So it will be, if you take off 29 gold.
Is someone snoring?
Nope.
And add on.
So 214, take away 28.
29. Because
This is
it'll
why I
break
have
down for the other coins as well.
Yeah.
But, so,
Mute button.
so 214 minus 29, that's 185? 185?
Yep.
185?
Don't using calculator.
Yep. So you got 185 gold, you would then have 8 silver and 2 copper. Because it's 10 copper coins make a silver, 10 silver coins make a gold.
Just deduct it off my sheet, because I don't get it. Makes it so much easier. It's all written in gold, so just deduct it off my sheet so that I understand it better. Please.
Okay. Alright. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what you've got.
Okay.
Okie pokes. So that's your hour and a half spent in there. So let's see, I'll imagine it'd be on that bit, it's gonna be coming up to probably just before lunch sort of time. So you're probably still just about in the morning at the minute.
What is lunchtime?
Well, let's say lunchtime in like midday.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do for the morning, or are you going to just spend the rest of your time?
I am gonna start walking back towards where we're staying to get some food.
Okay.
And on my way, do I walk past any trees?
I imagine you would walk past some trees, yes.
Can I break a twig off one of them, a branch?
Why?
For my witch bolt.
The trees haven't been struck by lightning.
Oh, bollocks, I forgot that one. I was going to be so happy that it's getting a tree branch.
Oh.
Have you got a spellcasting focus?
Yeah. Yes.
What's your spellcasting focus?
Isn't that the amulet?
Yes, it is. It's your what's name amulet. Yeah.
See, I know these
Yeah.
things.
That means you don't actually need the twig from a tree.
You told me I did.
No, I told you don't need it.
I said I did, and that we could just, like, wave a fees and get one.
Yeah, because we were thinking about that, but then we worked out further about your silver amulet for your thing. So you've got your silver
Okay.
amulet, which counts as your spellcasting focus. Because the twig doesn't have a value, it's only things that actually have a cost where you need to have them. Things that don't have a cost
Okay.
listed, you can just use your spellcasting focus.
Okay, just back to the pub then for food.
Okay, that's the pub for food. And right, so Nyes spent his morning hunting through the woods, and is planning on spending the afternoon there as well. Vivian has spent her morning thrift shopping. Jacob, you spent your morning.
I'd say just checking out the Rangers Guild and
That's right, checking out the Majors Guild and stuff. Hasten on. And I think Lyle was. Sorry, Ion, I should say, is probably about on his feet now, just about.
Yes.
Probably a little bit woozy.
But
Little
I am
worse
ready
for wear.
for the day. I look fabulous.
Of course.
Yeah, and what Jesus? Jesus ain't gonna help you now. It's me.
all talked and cologned.
You're stuck with me. You better learn how to deal with it.
From a distance.
Anyway, yes.
Don't make me
Anyway.
steal Gertrude, I swear I will.
Oh my God! If you do, wow, that would be drama.
Well, what if the person you're seeing nicks it in the morning because you gave her a bad night?
I did not give her a bad night.
She was,
You might have when you was drunk.
She was quite keen on his mace.
Oh my God! But
She wanted to have a go on his cudgel.
Dan did say that we had a nice night and that she sympathized with me about the stuff in the forest and blamed everything on Maeve.
Did Iron drop the hammer?
Oh my God. Oh, wow. Well, anyway, I'm gonna head out and, like, after giving Cecilia a quick, like, kiss and, like, see you later! I'm gonna go deal with some stuff. Oh my God, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, it does.
It's not his regular tone, that's for sure.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna head out to the slum area because in the backstory that has not been written or read by anybody. Ion actually spent some months in Neverwinter before finding out about the Adventuring Guild and joining up and kind of like helped like the poor and like healing and that kind of shit. And I'm gonna go back to my old spot in the slum area and go and see if I can help out.
Okie dokie. So you're basically you're going to be a goodwill person and you're heading to the soup kitchen essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
Cool.
It's a trap.
Okie dokie. I'm just trying to think what we can do with that.
What?
Okay, well, so you can head on over to the poorer district, which is the south side of the river. So like the area of Mark there along the right. So basically like this area over here.
I kind of guessed it would be close
Yeah.
to the gash.
Yeah. Yeah, so we got that, and yeah, there is a sort of like an arms house there that does do distribution of food to the the disenfranchised. You can spend some time there. Are you just there to help out? Are you donating? Are you looking for familiar faces you may have seen in the past? What's your intent overall?
I'm pretty sure like I know a lot of the people there, but yeah, like I'm just gonna help out and maybe like give out like some coins to the children running around or something like that. Like let's say altogether I give out like 10 gold.
Okay, I'm assuming you're not doing that as 10 gold. I'm assuming it's going to be.
Yeah, like
Oh, I thought you were snapping your fingers. Sorry. You break that gold down into silvers and coppers for spread the wealth a little bit further. I'm assuming that's what you're planning on doing
yeah,
on that.
yeah.
Just like 10 lucky
here you
kids
go,
just get a
these are
coin
lunches.
plinked out to them.
No, and then yeah, I just quite a few of the people probably know me, like not well enough that they know me, but they've seen me around before.
Yeah, they've seen your face. They know of you. So there's
Sorry, am I making this too hard for you?
No, I'm just thinking of because it's a good thing you're doing. I'm trying to think of something we can do to actually have a bit of interaction for us. So why don't you just let's have a religion check from you.
Religion.
Religion.
Oh, I've got proficiency in that. Wait, how do I? Wait. Oh yeah, I'm in editing mode again. Okay, there we go. Okay.
Okay, so everyone is, it's the people who recognise you again. They come up to you and they clasp your hand. They're like, oh, well, good to see you again. You looking yourself, keeping well. Asking after you and like just a bit of a general catch up and getting to know you again since the last time they saw you. The children that see that you give them coins and they're really happy with it. The matron running the arms store, the arms house. She's very happy to see you there. Very glad of the help. Happy to see the smiles on the children's faces. Oh yeah, you got 2 shiny copper pieces, aren't you lucky? And all that sort of fun stuff. Hey Harry.
Harry.
Yeah, he's in the chat. He's swinging by for a short time before he has to go to bed. I'm assuming.
While he's at the church.
Yeah, just walk past the shrine of Helm and like kick him over because he's probably no.
That's sleeping on the job. Bam.
Everyone's quite happy with to see you again. So you've got a general good feeling and good vibes coming for you there.
Yeah. Do I hear any kind of like gossip that might be like interesting to me while I'm there? Because I'd imagine maybe like like maybe not, but like I was just thinking.
Maybe. Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
You hear a few stories of like people who like their pets have gone missing and that sort of stuff. There's nothing that really stands out as being an actual like something that's really important.
Okay. But I'm feeling better.
Yeah,
like, I don't feel
you're
like
feeling,
shit anymore.
Yeah, you're feeling pretty good. You think that when you get quote unquote home tonight, and you get to talk to was this Cecilia? I thought we called her Safina.
I thought it was Cecilia. Wait, I have it written down. Oh, where is?
You get her name wrong. Disadvantage.
No, it was Cecilia.
Cecilia. Okay, well, it was Cecilia. Too many characters in my head.
I'm telling all of my like old friends at the soup kitchen or whatever about the story with the goblins, but I'm definitely like telling my own version of it where I saved everybody and like Mathe just like was horrible, so I'm just
right.
like yeah.
Deception check, please.
Oh my god, I forgot I would need to do this. Fuck. Oh, it's okay.
Okay, let's say you've got about that many people around you. That gives me a few d20s to roll. Isn't it a scary sound? Isn't it scary? Well, there's the 2 of your friends that are like closest to you. So 2 of your friends that are closest to you. There's like that they're like, leaning in to listen to the story more, and there's like, oh yeah, it seems really bad. Oh yeah, you're such a good person looking after these people and stuff. And there's someone else who sits down nearby and there's like, oh yeah, this is why we like you. You're such a nice guy. There's
I know.
Three old hands from the arms house. That are behind the desk, behind the table with the suit trees on there. It's like like one of them nudges the other 2 and like inclines his head in your direction. And the other 2 is like, yeah, likely story. Come on then.
Yeah. But yeah, that's fine.
Mixed
And
reviews. Mixed reviews.
I'm okay with that. And yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Okie dokie. So, who have we not come to yet for their afternoon? I think everyone else still needs cover for everyone else for their afternoon. So, let's see. Next, we're going to talk to. We're going to talk to Nye next.
Oh boy.
Nye out in the woods, hunting for twigs and berries
And
squirrels.
yeah, poor little squirrels.
Okay, so you've been in the woods most of the morning and in the afternoon as well. So let's say that for the amount of time you've been out there, overall, taking into account the previous one as well, give me 2 more advantaged survival checks, please.
Okay.
Okay, 15 and a 13. Okie dokie. So you're a bit more familiar with what's going on. You managed to find 3 like really good sized wild tubers.
Cool.
So potatoes, basically.
Yeah, I figured. I
Um,
know what tubers are.
Yeah, just to make sure.
I work in the kitchen, so.
Yeah, just in case it's a it's like the like brass instruments that you've dug up from the ground or anything. And you
What
had
civilization is this from?
delicious, tastes like I might die. The 3 traps that you had out. So 2 of the traps haven't been sprung at all, but in the other one, still sort of like dancing around like a noose trap sort of thing. Dancing around with it with its one foot in the noose is a rabbit.
Ooh. Cool, because I already have an idea of what I'm going to make, or describe what I'm going to make. So, I dispatch of the rabbit quickly and humanely for putting it in my bag with all the other stuff, and then resetting the traps for the night, and then heading back into town.
Okie dokie. So that's what you spent your afternoon doing, and that means we still have Vivian's afternoon and Jacob's afternoon. So next we are going to come to Jacob. What would Jacob be spending his afternoon doing?
He'd probably just be waiting in a tavern, waiting to sort of get on with the day's work, really.
Okay. Did you want to take another look at the jobs list and see if there's anything there that caught your eye as like something to do during the day? So you say waiting for work to carry on. It's just a little.
Yeah,
Friendly reminder that there are jobs there for you.
New notices after.
Well, it's the same. It's the same list. It's the same list. So we'll just put that list back out again. You notice that there is one of the other notices has now been snagged down from the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's still some tasks there available to you. If there's anything that you particularly feel like doing on your own, or trying to talk the party into doing tomorrow. Or tonight, some of the tasks are relatively short tasks as well.
Just trying to have a look at the list, see if there's any quick jobs. I suppose we could do civic duty, couldn't we? That would be pretty quick and easy.
Well, it's the you've got one there for slaying a total of 20 wolves and gathering their pelts, and basically on the 50 gold payment plus 5 silver per good condition pelt. So basically, the further notes on that is that there has been there seems to have been a surge in the number of the wild wolves out in the woods, so they're looking to try and cull the numbers back a little bit so it doesn't get out of hand and upset the nature of things in terms of like there not being enough animals out there for the trappers and also for safety of the citizens who do need to go into the woods. So they're looking to they want people to go out and slay a total of 20 wolves. and gathering their pelts. So they'll get a 50 gold payment for bringing in 20 wolf pelts. And if the pelts are of good condition, they will get 5 silver per good condition pelt as well.
Right.
So basically like a commission. So that's what that one is. So you would need to hand in a total of 20 pelts in order to get the payment. At least 20 pelts in order to get the payment. If you are looking for a job that could be done with like half a day's worth of time, you could do the tavern duty because that's a nighttime thing. So you could do that.
I've got my eye on that.
Depending on what you are capable of doing, you could look into doing number 8, which is the Scholar Seeking Rare Supplies. You're a bit late in the day to be signing on for doing the tax collecting or helping at the farms.
Right.
In terms of, it's possible, depending on how far away such things are. It's possible you might be able to do number 11, which is retrieving a key. Someone is snoring.
No, I moved my microphone stand. So
Oh, okay. it was an incredibly accurate sound.
it's just the grating of the springs.
I gotcha. And potentially the escort duty.
All right, yeah, I could do the escort thing.
I'm not saying these are things that you have to do. Saying of the jobs that are there, some of them you've missed the start point of that job for that day.
And the help needed number 7, is that one of those?
Yeah. So the tax collectors, they would be heading out earlier in the morning to start their rounds.
Okay, farm would be the same, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the farm you need to be there very early in the morning, like first thing.
Okay.
And it's essentially it's a whole day.
Well, so I'm happy to do the civic duty one. Gather, just want to join in, or whether I can do it myself, but it seems a bit.
Well, I mean, if you want to basically wait at the tavern for the rest of the group to get back there and then speak with them on your ideas, we can sort of like because everyone's going to essentially be. I'm assuming everyone's going to be heading back for at the very least, we're heading back for the evening.
Yes.
So we can come to you later.
Yeah, I don't mind. There's nothing else really I can do.
Okie dokie. So then the last person to ask about their afternoon. What would Vivian be doing of her afternoon?
Okay, so I was going back to the pub to
You
have
were
some
going back to
sleep,
the
and
pub
of
for your
course
lunch?
I would meet Jacob there because he would be there waiting anyway.
Yes. So
I
Jacob is there.
would like to show him what I picked up and see if he can figure out if it's magical or anything, because one of them was an amulet and the warm stone and things.
Surely you don't mean that the players want to roleplay together?
Dun dun dun.
Good lord, who knew?
Be nice,
I love
I'm
no.
trying.
It's good. It's good. No, it's good. Yes. So, Vivian and Jacob, the floor is yours.
Would it be history or arcana check?
What? Give her a chance to talk to your friend.
Oh, I heard myself and that was awful.
Got to do some role playing now.
Bollocks. Okay, so I would sit next to Jacob and show him the things that I found, starting with the mechanical spider and explaining that when you're not fully watching it, it moves, and is there a chance that there could be something magical about it? Would he be able to determine if there was?
Well, I can definitely have a look. It may just be animatronic, but I can have a look.
What do you have available to you?
Why every time I try Arcana am I like the most retarded mage ever? Magic? What is magic?
It's weird because
It's
you're not proficient in it.
I am
Like,
actually.
you like fire. Fire good.
Yeah. So you can't tell if it is magical or not. You're unsure if it is magical or not.
Okay. Well, I'll put it back in my pocket for now, and it might come in handy as a distraction later.
Is there anything else you found?
I found this stone. It's black and it's warm when you hold it, and it had a label on it saying it was a glove warmer. But I think it might be able to be used for other things too.
Let's have an Arcana roll from you then.
Please roll better. Oh, for
Oh wow.
Why did you even start talking on that one? It's like you cut. Don't tempt RNGesus. He's always listening.
Oh
I'm
my
being
god.
just furious.
You are the worst mage.
All right. Jacob.
Yes.
It's definitely magical. This could be some form of lost relic of an ancient civilization.
Could I history check it then, please?
You know what? Because you got the critical fail. No, you're just convinced.
Ooh, glowy rock.
Glowy warm rock. This thing good. You're just absolutely convinced that it is a magical relic.
I
okay.
decided to be human when I clearly should have been half orc.
Me mage. This rock.
Fire good.
Well, I shall put it back in my pocket.
The way this is
Your
going,
pocket
he's
feels
just gonna
warm.
Sit there licking the hot rock because it's fire.
And then I found one more thing as well, and it was a amulet with a red jewel in it. Looks a bit sparkly. Could that be anything of use, maybe?
Let's have
Well,
another Arcana check.
Going
for you, shall
on
we?
the last two, I'm going to go with it's a shiny thing, but we can have a look.
Yay! That was better.
It appears to be.
Wow.
Oh, Nix! Oh! Be... I'm wearing the silly hat because this is my streaming hat. It's always been a streaming hat.
Also,
Nix...
Jem was gonna take his alcohol away if he didn't wear it.
No, she's gonna take it away if I did wear it, but then I've been given special permission that I'm allowed to wear my hat. Nix has just said that in reality it's the old butt plug of a fire giant. That little stone. That's why it's still warm. Right, yeah. So you can't tell whether or not it's magical. It seems like the winds of magic, they're not blowing right for you today. You're not able to really you're finding it quite difficult to actually harness the more subtle notes of magic. You feel like if you could summon up firebolts and stuff if you need to, like testing within yourself, testing your soul. You can feel that the more powerful magic is there at your call. But the more subtle elements of it, you just can't really get a grasp on them at the moment. It's not a very obviously there may be a storm somewhere that's blasting the winds of magic off course.
Right, I'm going to look what level I can learn. Identify magic. Ridiculous.
Oh my god, I love this.
Okie dokie. So, you're spending your afternoon together there.
Getting annoyed.
Getting annoyed. So, is everyone heading back to the Blue Stallion for the evening?
Yes.
Or late afternoon, early evening, I should say?
No. I wanted to go check out a rune shop if there is one, Mr. GM, sir.
A rune shop. Right.
Yes.
Have I already made something that I can use as the rune shop?
Sigrun's sigils, maybe? Isn't that like...
Well, yes, like I say, you know of Sigurd's sigils, and that is something that occurs to you would be, at the very least, a good place to inquire.
Yeah, so I go to Sigurd Sigils.
Okay. So the gling gling, the door. You open the door, and there is Sigurd sat at his desk, scribbling away in his book.
Good afternoon, Sigurd. I was wondering if you knew of any place where I could get some runes, or if you sell runes.
The stuff that I do is not really for general consumption, as they would say, in terms of magic and things. When you say runes, what are you actually looking to get? What are you after?
Crap, now you're really having to make me think. I had an idea earlier, but... something that'll be able to help me and my party out in the long run. Let's say we don't have a torch, something to light the way, or perhaps something to help me with my arrows that I like to turn into wonderful implements for burning person, places, or things.
So what are you? This is me as the GM. What are you actually looking to achieve? What are you actually looking for?
Something that can be used as a light source, which in the long run I will probably I'll actually tell you that off stream afterwards, because you'll have to approve or deny it.
Okay, so you basically would something like a magical trinket shop sort of thing be the sort of thing you're looking for?
Yes.
Okay, right.
Let's go with that.
Okie dokie, right. Just press that one first. Let's have a think. What can I call this place?
And I had also asked you if there was a quote-unquote tattoo place in this town as well.
Okie dokie. Well, you can certainly find a place that does things like that sort of body modification and piercings and such.
Tim's tattoos.
No, you know what? I'm gonna go a little bit shameless. First thing is you get advised for the magical trinket shop. You know, asking Sigurd about it, he tells you about his friend Delmar Kazak, who has a shop which is called Kazak's, which is right there for you.
Okay.
Who is a dwarven, sort of like a light artificer / tinkerer.
Okay.
Wrong book.
Apparently, if I want to identify, I have to multi-class.
Oh shit. That really does suck.
Yeah, you have to multi-class into wizard, and you learn it at level 1.
Ah, well then.
That's. So I'm just making some notes for myself because these are places that I'm going to need to create with potentially a little bit more detail should I need them later. So that's that. And you're looking for a tattoo parlor as well, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are advised that down on the waterfront. Again, let me just put one of these in. There is. Come on, click the thing, you bastard. There it is. Okay. You're told about a place that he knows of because they've spoken with him before about designs and things like that. Hey, by the way, Artifice, I've been saying hello to you before, sorry. And it's a place out down the waterfront called Shades of Grey,
Alright.
which is there.
Alright. And I guess while I'm walking over to Kazakh's, I'll let you guys go through the gamut again, because I'm sure it's going to take time to walk down there.
It's not going to take basically evening time for you to reach Kazakh's if you're, yeah. Hey, Arrow.
Well then, you want me to roll?
So you're going into Kazakh's. So you're as you enter the store. There's it's a wonderful sort of like a musical chime, as if you've just had a breeze blow through a wind chime, but you can't see any chime or anything around at all. But it's like a very musical tone that seems to follow a particular tune. But like every time the door opens, someone else comes in a few minutes after you do, and it plays that exact same tune again. So it's not like a random thing. Yeah. So there's the dwarven gentleman looks up and he says, "Hello there, sir. How can I help you today?"
Hello, Mr. Kazakh. I was sent here by Sigurd. He said I could ask you about a rune for either essentially a torch or to light things on fire.
Right. So, I mean, like runes, for example, you're looking at quite an runes-wise, you're looking at quite an ancient dwarven skill of rune smithing, which is a particular thing that you would normally have imbued upon an existing item, where you'd have a rune put onto that item in order to grant an inherent magical ability of some type to that item. I do sell trinkets that may be able to achieve the same thing for you, but actual runes, that's beyond my remit.
The trinkets work too.
Okay, so, well, you see, you're looking for something to basically be like a torch without needing to go through the rigmarole of carrying a torch and lighting a torch. Are you looking for something that will actually basically be a torch, or are you looking for something to provide light like a torch does?
Well, for one, I'd like something to provide light like a torch would, and another one to kind of create flame without really having to go about getting flint and tinder.
Okie dokie, right. Let me have a look through that stuff there. And he takes you on someone is breathing on their mic, and it's a little bit annoying now.
Lyle.
What? Where am I?
Someone's breathing on their mic slightly.
Oh, sorry.
I realised that earlier, and I checked some Discord.
He takes you on a small tour around his little shop as he's running his hand along each shelf, like no, not this one here, maybe that, no, not this one either, no. So let's see. Right, okay, so something to be provide light like a torch does, but not. Okay, well, I've got this wee little gnomish device here that a gentleman created for me. These are sort of things where normally they don't last much more than a day, but this one, it was a particularly high quality one. It was crafted specifically to be something that could be handed off to someone else, and not basically just break after a period of time. It's like a small sort of like a fire starter little device. It's like an automated tinderbox, so you don't have to worry about using all the things yourself. That way, it makes life a little bit easier. It's not cheap though, mind, and you you may need to refill it with oil. As long as I've had it, I've never had to refill it, but I also haven't been using it that much, so I may have not really touched the reservoir.
Is this basically like an early Zippo?
Essentially, yeah, it's from the gnome traits bit where gnomes have got the ability to tinker. and make a fire starter. And normally that Tinker device would stop functioning after 24 hours. So this one won't just stop functioning after 24 hours. It will be a permanently owned item that will enable you to work as a fire starter. It will also do things like it will it doesn't break or anything at all. Anytime you go to use it, you would need to roll a d20, and on a critical fail, it has run out of fuel. You need to refill it.
Okay.
But yeah, so essentially it's that fire starter. It is a tinderbox that can be used with you don't have to worry about trying to make it so it is lit in wind or anything. It's a lot easier to light a fire with it. But it is essentially it's a
You do
Zippo.
have a fire mage.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to have to bother you every single time.
Just
that's fair
detonating
enough.
things.
I'm just saying, if it stops working, just
Yeah, but it will cost you 2.5 gold for this item.
2.5.
2.5
Yeah, that's
gold.
not bad at all. I give him 3 for his trouble of having to search through stuff. I thank him for his time.
As you go to turn away, did you not want to get like the little an item that would be like a light as well? I thought you said you were looking for a couple of items.
Yes, sorry, that's my bad. I'm tired. I've been out in the woods all day, and so yeah.
Okie dokie, right. Well, let me have a look here, see what I've got. Now, let's see. If we I know I did used to have. I definitely used to have one. Let me see if I've still got it. Let's see now. Okie dokie, right. So I need to quickly double check what a particular rule means. If you just bear with me a second.
while you're doing this, I'm going to quickly go and get a drink.
Fair enough.
Right, so that's what that means. Right, okay. It's one of those, and it'll be that. Right, okie dokie. So, right now, this thing it's a wee bit more expensive than some of my other items here. It's unfortunately slightly damaged. But it's a slightly damaged drift globe. Now, do you know of drift globes?
No, you're gonna have to explain that one to me.
Right. Well, basically, he takes up this thing, and it's a small glass sphere, so it looks like a paperweight. And he goes, normally what you get with these is that you speak its command word, which on this one is. Where's it gone? Here. He's just holding up. Where's it? It's etched into it. There we go. The command word on this one is Erbus. And as he says it, the sphere lights up. He goes, alright, there we go. Good. Yep, Erbus. And it just goes off again. There we go. Fantastic. It goes, normally what you do is you can speak its command word, and then it will generate light. Or once per day, you can expend more of the energy inside the drift globe to make it generate light as akin to what one would find in the middle of the day. This one has lost that secondary ability. It can only generate light as if one were casting the light spell. So essentially it would be like a pocket torch sort of thing. It's also... It doesn't have the ability to float. It's lost that ability. It was dropped, and there's you can see here. There's a wee crack down the side here. It still has some power inside it, but it's not strong enough. The magic inside it to actually make it float. It doesn't drift like a drift globe would, and it also cannot generate light of a light level that one would expect from one of these items. So this would be the closest thing I could recommend. What I would say, you probably find your best bet with something like this would be to have it strapped or bound in some way to a torch handle, a torch staff, and essentially use it like one would use a torch, but you no need to worry about it being blown out or whether or not it will work underwater.
All right, yeah. So how much would that be? Because
This, I said, it might be damaged, but it's still a drift globe. I couldn't let it go for less than 150 gold. It's still a magical item.
all right, fair enough. I feel like it could come in handy eventually, so I'll definitely go with that.
Okie dokie. So if you want to make a note in your inventory there that you've got basically a gnomish tinderbox and a damaged drift globe. Regarding the damaged drift globe, rules-wise, it is a drift globe that cannot float and cannot use the daylight effect.
Okay. So, like you said, it's essentially just a.
Yeah, essentially, it is essentially just like it's a torch. It's an electric torch.
Yeah. And flashlight.
Yeah.
How do I spell it?
Drift globe is DRIFT. I'll type in the thing for you.
GLOBE.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Did you want to go back to the Blue Stallion for the evening, or did you want to head down to the tattoo parlor?
I have no money, so I can't really go down there yet. So.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, so then you're heading back to the Blue Stallion.
Mhm.
I know that Vivian is already there, as is Jacob. Ion,
Yes.
would you be heading back to the Blue Stallion after spending your morning and afternoon at there's also your morning in bed and the afternoon at the soup kitchen, or is there anything else you would like to do?
No, I'll be going back to the Blue Stallion.
The Blue Stallion.
Stallion. That's
Oh,
just how
can he
Ion says
pokes?
it because
Because he's cultured,
yes.
just like yogurt.
Like milk. Cheese.
Oh, I do love some
dairy
good
product.
cheese.
They call me
Here,
Ion Petri Dish Kellyon. I was supposed to be a little bit harsh. I apologise.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so the party is there then back at the Blue Stallion. Mike, are you back with us, or are you still procuring refreshments? He's still procuring refreshments. So Jacob is currently at the bar. If the party would like to, having coming back into the tavern in your ones and just ones and ones. There's only 4 of you. I think we need to have a bit more player interaction, some more player character interaction.
Oh my god.
Having spent so much of the day apart from each other, so you're all back together now. Take it away, party.
So what did y'all do today?
I went to the forest and caught some stuff, and then I spent more money than I really wanted to on stuff to help us out later on. I'll tell you guys about it later.
Oh, cool. I'm kind of intimidated by Nye, currently, kind of don't want to get on his bad side, so I'm just quieter than usual.
How about Vivian?
She will sit and tell them about the pieces that she found today.
Oh, want me to have a look at them? I think I might be a bit better at it.
Sure.
Jacob,
Why not?
Okay, can I make some more
You two
comments?
been whispering each other about this or something?
No.
Okay.
You said Jacob's at the bar, so he's drowning his sorrows and
Yep, from being such a bad mage.
beer and other.
Can I roll 3 Arcana checks?
Yep. And we're doing them again in order. So mechanical spider.
Okay, Arcana.
It is a small mechanical spider. It appears to be animatronic. It appears to be that what it's got is a little gem that's whilst it's not like massively magical, it's got a small amount of magic in it, and it can detect whether or not something's gaze is on it. And when it doesn't have gaze on it, it's programmed to like walking like a quite a wide circle. It's just
So,
it's
like
a
sentry thing.
yeah, no, it's a little trinket thing. It's almost like a child's toy.
Oh, it's just a toy, babe. It's pretty cool, you know. If you get bored, just play with it, I guess. Okay,
Giggity.
second arcana check. Oh, yeah.
Again, this is a just another little trinket. It's just a stone that through some manner of geological system maintains a warmth about it.
So like it's
Again, it's just a trinket item.
okay. Well, you know, it's a rock that stays warm. You know, that's pretty cool. Yeah, a good find.
I mean, it's as if it's something quite useful to pop into one's glove and keep one's hand warm.
Yeah.
Apparently RNG Jesus just hates me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other item you're not sure. You don't know if it's magical or not. You can't really get a read on it, but it's very pretty. It's very pretty.
I don't know if this is magic, but if you don't want it, like, you know, like,
It really goes with my eyes.
yeah, it really like brings out my skin tone, you know. So like, my birthday's coming up. That's something to keep in mind. Okay.
I heard that my birthstone is red gem.
Oh yes, just like my skin, because you know I am a tiefling. Okay, and
Okay.
I feel pretty good about like helping out.
Jacob, we had you up at the bar getting the next round of drinks whilst the party reassembled and sat back down at their table. So you can return with your drinks and the party can again come together and converse.
Oh,
Three
Jacob,
Three pints and a mimosa.
I'm not drinking today. Oh, Jacob, I heard you had some problems discerning what these trinkets were, so, like, you know, I just helped out.
That's fine. one man's trash is another man's treasure.
You look like you need to drink.
It can't make things anything worse.
This is OOC. Do we want to check out, like, the quest board, like, all together? And, like, see if there's something we want to do as a group?
Sure.
I was looking at one of them earlier.
What did you have in mind?
The civic duty seems relatively easy.
There is 2 civic duties.
Number 5.
When there was 3, but you already did one of them. Well, I'll say you did one of them. You took on one of them.
Number 5 or number 1, either's easy.
We could also do, like, the herbalist escort mission. Or then we could all be barmaids at the tavern duty. Tip sounds good.
I look at the notice board and I say, "You guys go do whatever it is you're gonna do. I have some more business out in the woods, so I think I'll go help out that scholar, and I'll share whatever it is he gets us."
Okay, stay safe.
Okay, so
Tell me what to do.
you want to go do number 8, was that then? No.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to do that one. Okie dokes. Right. Rest of the party?
Either 5, 1, or 3. I'm not bothered which.
I mean, you don't have to do anything. If you want to just spend your time carousing, you know, you can do that as well. If you just want to just sit back and relax, that is also an option available to you.
I want to go do tavern duty. Well, I think I'm gonna go check out the new tavern and like get paid. Anybody else want to come along? I'm not drunk. I haven't been drinking today. That was yesterday Ion. Today's Ion is fresh and pristine.
You saw it in the bath forever, didn't you?
Yeah, you got me there.
Whatever.
Now get going. You're supposed to go help some old hag with her herbs, right? Okay, bye, girl.
Okay, so
What say you?
I
Vivian?
start going up there.
so Nye disappears off out of the shop, heading towards the oldie octopus, and we'll come to him shortly. Is the party? Are we all going to be going to the other what's called the
The new tavern,
yeah,
I think, is where they're all going.
the new tavern, or is the party splitting further?
Or you can like follow Nye as well. I think that's an
No,
option,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, obviously, someone can go with Nye as well if they want to.
What do you say, Vivian?
I reckon we could probably go and do number 5. Slaying the 20 balls could be a bit difficult with just 2 of us, but doing bandits could be a bit easier. And it doesn't say we have to kill them, we can take them alive and get more gold.
Yeah. Do you have any way of capturing them? Because most of my way burns them.
Hey, wait, am I still there? Like, am I still in earshot? Because I would love to go bother the paladin. Sure, I'll give you his net. He doesn't need it.
Alright, where's Maeve been this whole day?
May never made it back to the tavern.
Church.
Well, no, the last you knew he was heading to a shrine. The only thing you know for certain is that he hasn't come back to the tavern. None of you have seen him. That's the only thing you know for certain.
He's got a lot to be a lot to repent in the shrine.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he's fine. Whatever.
He's a big boy.
He can pray on his own.
Okay, so
What's the worst thing that can happen to him in a church?
so Iron wants to go and earn some money at the tavern.
Yes.
Nye wants to go out to the woods to check on his traps and earn some money grabbing up some herbs. And Vivian and Jacob want to go see if they can capture some bandits.
Yes.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Right. Let's do Ion first, because that's going to be a relatively quick and simple thing, because it's just a little bit of interaction and such. So today is Wednesday night, yeah?
Yeah. So, like,
Okay.
mini Friday,
Yeah, right, okay.
as we know it in Finland because we drink every day.
Right, yeah, okay, so right, you've got okay, so you double check the note again, and to see if there's any note of where you're going to, and the only thing it says is on the waterfront. So there's no clarity of where you're going to other than the waterfront.
Could I ask Cecilia before I leave? Maybe she...
You can ask Cecilia.
Hey babe, know where this new tavern is opening tonight? I'm gonna go get some money.
She does know the new tavern. She tells you about a place called the Black Manatee, and she says she thinks it's run by an old sea captain. It's like someone who sold his boat to buy the property. but anything more than that, she's not sure.
Okay, thanks for the info, babe. I'll see you later. And I walk out the door, but before I leave, I look back, wink at her, and smack my butt. Bye. And then I leave.
I'm so glad I was
I've just had suddenly had conjured in my head a mental image and sound of the succubus pet that the warlock from World of Warcraft gets.
Oh, yeah, the succubus. Yeah, that's kind of what Ion is, except
So you're an incubus then.
yeah, a bit like that.
Nix,
Stupider.
you're right on that one, Nix. We kind of have to just be a bit common sense on that. To be honest, it's a bit of a grey area. So Ion heads out to the Black Manatee. It's a Wednesday night. It's the late afternoon, early evening when you're heading out. So it's starting to bustle a little bit when you get there. And as you go in, you see there is there's a couple of human barmaids that are bussing drinks back and forth and clearing tables. There is a silver dragonborn behind the bar, looking a bit flustered, and a female halfling. A female half orc standing there. She's not standing there. She's moving back and forth. She's changing over some of the barrels that have obviously gotten a little bit low.
What's up, everybody? I saw the job listing, and I'm here to. I kind of say in general to everybody behind the bar.
Right, so the silver dragonborn looks up at you and goes like, "Oh, hello there, Nim. Oh, wait, you're not her. All right, sorry. Right, so what? You're here for the job then? Yeah, the bar work job. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Right. Okay. So as I put on the note, because it's opening week, the pay it's five gold plus whatever tips you make are yours. Just speak to my companion and she'll set you up. And he he goes back to trying to pull drinks, and he's just he seems to be completely out of his depth.
Okay.
It's like talking to my mate Will all over again.
Okay, I turn my attention to was his mate, whatever.
Yeah, the first mate is the half orc, the female half orc.
I'm like, okay, well I understood half of that, so what can I do?
Do you know how to pull a pint without it being 40% foam?
Yeah, you just tip the glass. Girl,
Right.
I work.
Stand there, take orders, pour pints. If the barrel runs out, tell me.
Okay, I can do that.
That is a
Okey-dokey.
very well-spoken half-orc.
So she was the if you spend the evening by making a bit of small talk where you can, you find out that the Dragonborn was the captain of a it was meant to be like a luxury goods running ship, like small loads delivered fast, but it's basically a bit of a smuggler captain as well. And the half orc was his first mate on that ship. But he wanted to get out of that business. Came a little bit too close to the law a few times, get a little bit out of that business. So he sold his ship. But he kept a lot of the ship's furnishings in terms of things like the cargo nets and that sort of stuff, and he used those to decorate the tavern.
Okay.
So he's so they've used all as much stuff as they can to. He wants to try and save himself some money on decking the place out. So he's used the things he's had available to him to hand. He is completely out of his depth. He's got no idea what he's doing. He's got no clue that he is massively overpaying the people that he's hiring on for this first week. He's got no clue the fact that he's probably not going to be able to stay in business unless he gets really lucky. Yeah, so he is, bless him, he's a lovable idiot. And his first mate, half orc, is she's tried to explain the stuff to him, and she just had enough of his shit and is just smiling and nodding at this point.
Well, a pint's probably like what, 10 copper?
Well, it depends on how good of a pint you're getting. Normally, a pint is normally like 2, maybe 3 copper, 5 if it's a really good one. 10, you'd be looking at, that's things like the good wines and stuff.
Like,
yeah.
Is everything there underpriced and all of the workers overpaid, sort of thing?
No, it's not so much things are underpriced. It's just it's not a particularly good tavern. They don't get the stuff that you can charge good money for because he's got no backing. He's got no standing about it. It is a new business, so people the distilleries and that sort of stuff, the distributors aren't as inclined to give him the good stuff and the good deals. So he's not really got
money.
he is at the minute. Yes. It's like when the Griffinton Family Guy wanted to open up the restaurant. It's just they're doing it all wrong.
Right. I'm gonna spend my night like doing my job properly, but like also like making small talk and being like super friendly with the customers, and then also being like super like nice to the owner because I feel sorry for him. Kind of like I know what it's to be like.
Yeah.
The idiot of like the operation, so I'm just like trying to make him feel.
Nix, I completely forgot what I made Dakota roll on Saturday night when she was working in the bar. I know there was a persuasion check with it, and I can't remember if there was another roll. Honestly can't remember if there was another roll. Do you remember, Nix, if I got them to roll something else as well? I think it was just persuasion.
What role do I have to do?
I think it's just a persuasion roll. Just trying to see if someone else remembers well, because it's one of the things I didn't write down.
Shall I roll it?
Yeah, if it goes a persuasion roll anyway.
Oh.
12. Okay, that's not done too bad there. Let's say. Let's say that we're doing. Where's my other one of those? There it is. Yeah, I just thought I always want to try and maintain some consistency more than anything else. Never mind. Right, okay, so you rolled a 21. Actually, you know what? Let's be really nice and put one of those in there as well. So throughout the course of the night, as well as your pay, you make a total in tips of 5 silver and 3 copper.
Nice. Like they really liked me there. They loved
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, you got on really well with the people. I mean that they're not regulars because the place hasn't been there. It's been there like less than a week. It's been open for you guys are on Wednesday, aren't you? So it's been open for like 4 days.
Wearing that short skirt really paid off.
I am not wearing a skirt.
That's why you're getting all the money.
I'd like to think I've got this rugged, masculine. No, bitch. I'm alive.
Are you saying rugged, masculine people? A roll of athletics to fend off sex offenders.
Oh.
You know what? I like that. Let's have an athletics roll to see how good you are. Your choice. Athletics to like overpower, or acrobatics to nip out the way of anyone attempting to grab your butt and or tail.
Why do you think I would like try to get out of that?
Or to get into the way then.
Okay, let's go with that. Okay, what was it?
Either athletics or acrobatics. Your choice. Your choice.
Athletics is +1, acrobatics +2. With it. Oof.
Yeah, so a few people like they reach out to try and get your attention, and you try and like position yourself in such a way that they're like stroking against your chest, but they just like, no, I just want to get another pint, please.
But they still liked me.
Oh, they still like you. They take it in good faith. They find it amusing, but it's
It's like a drunk dumb girl flirting kind
Yeah.
of thing. It's endearing, but like nobody really wanted
yeah.
it.
Has anyone seen the new Jumanji film?
Yes.
No.
The modern
is there
remake.
anyone?
God.
There's a modern
Oh my
remake.
God, I know exactly.
You are flirting like Karen Gillan's character in that film.
Oh god.
With the lip bite and everything.
Yeah, with the and the hair flicks, the really really bad hair flicks.
Yeah, and when I try to like
Is it
wink,
hurting or something?
when I try to wink,
That's what the
one
athletics
eye-
role's for.
When I try to wink one eye, I close both of them. Like
Just blinking at people, just coquettishly. Oh right.
How many silver did I make as
Uh,
tips?
it was 5 silver, 3 copper, and tips.
Okay.
Right, and then we'll go with Nye, who's well, you've headed first of all. Which one do you say you're doing? You're doing the escort one.
No, I was doing the go to this forest and find a rare ingredient.
Oh, yeah. Right,
Right.
number 8. Let me just quickly double check which one that one is again. Number 8. Scholar Seeking Rest Supplies. So you're heading to the Old Octopus,
Yes.
and that's. Which is in the. Oops. There you go. That's there. So that's in the Mage District. Yeah. So you head into the Old Octopus. It's we'll keep the tavern music on because it is another tavern you're going to there. And when you go in, basically you can see there's a gentleman behind the bar. Just like it's a quiet tavern. There's a few people sitting around. They're all very well dressed people. They're like a lot of them are dressed like one would expect your average mage slash magical shop owner to dress. Everyone's pretty well dressed. There's not like threadbare clothes. There's not people quaffing ale. This is people sitting around with a pint or a glass of wine. Some people are taking meals there as well. It's a very gentle and demure place.
Okay. Do I see the poster of the job listing anywhere?
No. No, this is it's not. There's no like there's the only things hanging up on the walls here is there's a few paintings.
The person who wanted me to meet.
Oh, the person you don't know what the person looks like. You know their name.
I forgot their name. Shit. Where was the paper for it?
The name of the person, it was Adamir Ratsmith.
Okay. Then I walk up to the person at the bar and I say, I'm looking for a person named Adamir Ratsmith. Do you know where they are?
He doesn't say anything. He just like nods his head over to the one of the back corners of the tavern.
Okay. I walk over there and I say, hi, I saw your job listing about the rare ingredient.
Ah, right. This is the one. This gentleman is. He's been sat eating a meal. You get the feeling from his level of comfort in this place that this is where he would come to most evenings for his meal.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's like you get those people who like they'll always go to the same place every evening because it's on their way home from work. They'll grab their meal there and then they'll go home. It's the same sort of thing for him. Yeah. He knows, but this is that sort of establishment for people. That it isn't a place where the rabble go to. This isn't a waterfront tavern. This is a very much a more focused place. So this is a gastropub. It's one of those fancier sort of places.
Fun.
Imagine being in somewhere in the industry. It's probably the sort of place you may have some experience with, even as a player.
Kind of.
Or certainly at least places who think they're like that. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about when
Yeah.
you say a
For
gas
anyone
pump.
who's in the audience who's in England, think Harvester or Toby Carvery.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's what this place is. Yes. Oh, yes. Certainly. And he puts his utensils down, wipes his mouth, and he reaches down to his bag, pulls out his books. And says, yes. What I'm looking for is some of this one here, and he holds up an image from his book. And it's what he's looking for. He's looking for a flower known as adder's tongue. Which basically it's a yellow flower. The flower opens. It's much like a poppy does. You know, there's like a one wide petal, top and bottom, and the
Stem.
that's no the bit that comes out the middle of the flower. I've literally just that's it, stamen. I just forgot the word just so I had to say. I was like the star shit. The stamen, it forks out at the end, so it looks like a snake with its mouth open, and its tongue pointing out. So it's a flower called adder's tongue. And it says, "Yeah, this is what I'm looking for. It grows sort of like along riverbanks usually, but it's not. It doesn't flower." Very commonly, it doesn't flower for very long, so it's quite hard to get up. Basically, I actually need the petals. Normally, it flowers very, very quickly for a very short period of time, just a matter of days, and it's like quite late in the day when it flowers. When it actually opens up, it seems to be more prone to enjoying moonlight or something like that. We're not entirely sure. But it's the petals that I need. I don't need the seeds. So the ones that have already gone to seed, where the flowers are starting to die. I don't need those. I just need the fresh. The petals is what I'm after.
All right. How much do you need, or how many flowers worth do you need? And
As much as you can find me, really. I mean, I would need to see for my research. Taking it and the spillage and spoilage and moving on to the experimentation. At least maybe 6 or 7. If you can give me 6 or 7, yes, that should be enough for me to work on my current experiments.
6 or 7 petals, or 6 or 7 flowers?
6 or 7 flowers, please. 6 or 7 flowers. I need the flower, the head total. I know I said petals, but I need like they need the flowers in flower in petal.
Now, here's my question: do they, or if I pick them, would they still flower after a time if I kept them in soil and all of that, or will they start to wilt and die immediately after they are plucked?
You know, I'm
No,
honestly not sure, but I have done. Obviously, being of the profession that I am, I have done some horticulture as well as part of my alchemical work. So one would assume that with them being a flower, if you were to dig up the whole of the root network with it. So like a good fist-sized lump of soil around the root of the plant, you should be able to keep it alive for a decent amount of time.
All right, cool. I will be back with your items shortly.
Oh,
Are you going to be here for
do.
long, or
I will be here for well, my bridge club aren't here yet, and we do need to, you know, we have a game today, so a deciding game of an ongoing tournament actually. So I'll be here for, well, I'm probably till closing time at least. Maybe Jeffers will let us sit in again on this one. Well, I'll be here till midnight, at least midnight.
Okay. And if I'm not back by then, where can I meet you to give you your items?
My shop is it's a few minutes down the road. I live just above it. It's got my name on the sign just outside. It's only a few minutes. It's just to the end of the street. Turn left. About 2 minutes walk from there. You'll see it from the sign.
All right, cool. Thank you very much. I will be back shortly with your supplies. And I walk
thank
over
you
to
very
the
much.
barkeep, and I ask him, so you wouldn't happen to have a decent-sized wooden bowl around, would you?
Well, yeah, yes. We use them for normally serving refreshments to the clients.
How much for one bowl?
So that you buy the bowl for 3 coppers. I try to think where I'll be able to. Yes, 3 coppers.
All right, I'll bring it back. You just might want to wash it a little bit. It might have some dirt in it.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know.
Well, I mean, we wash them all the time anyway between
No,
servings.
but like
This is a highfalutin
wash it
establishment,
more than
sir.
once. Wash it more than once, maybe twice, 3
Oh,
times, just
fair,
to be safe.
veritably, sir, veritably. And he holds, he goes out back, grabs one of the bowls from the kitchen area, comes back, hands out to you with his other hand out.
All right, I take the bowl and I say, "All right, thank you. I should have it back tomorrow, if not late tonight, for the bridge game."
Okay, you're bringing them dirt?
No, I'm bringing them, or I'm bringing the gentleman that I just spoke to. I'm bringing him something that he requested. He put a job up, and so
Ademir requested dirt.
no, he requested a special item that
Ingredients.
it would be easier to bring.
Oh,
back
you're
in dirt.
right. Hang on a second. He does do this from time to time, and he takes the bowl quite firmly back off you again. He's still got the coins in his other hand though. He disappears out back for a moment, and then he comes back. And when he comes back, he's got an empty sort of like a windowsill planter, so like with the little trough ones. It's about a foot long. So just use this. It's his anyway. As I'm sure that it's is one of the ones that he's left here before.
All right, cool. I
You can
grab
keep
it.
that. That doesn't bother me.
All right. Thank you
got,
for your time.
You got to be pretty comfortable to leave your window pot somewhere.
Oh god. But
Okay. So
I start-
you're heading out into the wilderness.
Mhm.
So, well,
And first, I'm gonna check my traps. my way out.
Okie So why don't you give us then, please, a survival roll for your traps?
Oh boy. Fuck.
They are all empty. 2 of them have not been sprung. 1 of them has been sprung.
Okay. I'm just gonna keep going this time. Over to find a riverbank, and then I'm just gonna walk across the riverbank.
Okay,
that
bear with me
quote-unquote
a
port.
second.
Okay.
Because what I'm going to do is I did have something set up for this one, but I'm going to quickly adjust it and make a fresh new map for you. Isn't that nice?
Oh boy.
I know,
Fancy.
right?
I feel special. By the way, what time is it now in game?
In game for this, it's like early evening. The moon is just starting to come out.
So about 7, 8, somewhere around there.
Yeah. So yeah.
All right.
Is that one better, or should we go with that one? No, it's not going to be that one. Definitely with that one. That one.
I love the music in this. Like they include all these things like tavern music. and stuff.
It is absolutely brilliant. I love
It
it.
really does make or break the kind of experience.
Hmm. Let's go with that one. Actually, that's a nice one. I like this. I like this map.
I feel like I should be scared for the map.
I've just realised actually it's not going to work for what I want to use it for. So I'll instead use. We'll use this one. Yeah, so I was thinking about I was just going to basically send you off on like random go do thing, but then after I kind of got quite into character for that that person, I was like, you know what, we've made our bed, let's lie in it, let's fix some stuff up for this bit, and we'll make it a little bit more specific of a thing that you were looking for. So, now. Rest of the party, you're all about to go blind. I must apologise.
Wait, who's about to go blind? What?
The rest of the party is probably about to go blind.
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say you could have let everyone else do their thing if I'm gonna be on a journey. That was
Yeah,
fair.
No, everyone can still see this one in a minute. Actually, it's not a problem. Just realised. No, so I was going to do something different, but it's not a problem. Let's.
Why aren't we allowed to see it?
Well, I mean, because you're not there, but yeah, it's fine. We'll leave it. We'll leave it on. It'll be fine. What we'll do is I now need that one on instead. Right. So we need Key's character in here. So that is Nye, and you come in down here.
Okay. So first, I would like to climb this tree here
I
because
need to put you on. I put you onto the wrong layer. You need to be on that layer.
oh, there we go. So first, I would like to attempt to climb this tree, assuming it's quite tall. Yes.
Yeah, the tree is certainly it's quite tall.
Okay, so acrobatics check or athletics.
You can do either athletics or acrobatics. It's just see whether or not you fall out of the tree. That shouldn't be done at advantage, to be honest.
Oops, that was my bad.
It would have been the 8 instead, but that still comes down to being a 12. So you don't fall out the tree now. You get out the tree absolutely fine.
Okay. So I would like to scan the area that I can see for the Viper's Tongue. See if there's any clusters of flowers anywhere.
You from where you are, even with your fine, keen half-elven sight, you can't really make out very clearly any flowers or anything along the stream banks.
Do I hear any noises like monsters or?
Well,
Anything
let's
like that?
have a perception roll from you.
There we go.
please.
That's what I was expecting.
You
Okay, then.
do hear some rustling and such.
Okay. Do I know where it's coming from?
Seems to be coming from your northwest.
Okay. Remember, I'm not good at reading maps, so
It seems to be coming from over in
I'm screwing
this direction, somewhere over that direction.
around. Okay. Well then, seeing as I am slightly suspicious now, and I'm by myself, and I don't want to die, I'm gonna climb down and stealth around the banks to see if I can find the flowers.
Okay, so give us a stealth roll first.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's-
Super
RNG,
stealthy.
Jesus is loving you.
No, it didn't love me first.
Don't
Look at
forget,
these checks.
whilst you are in stealth, you are moving slower. So just bear that in mind. If it does come round to it, if I do ask you to go into turn order or anything for it, just bear in mind you'll be moving at half your regular speed.
Okay. So I'm gonna go over here to this pond. And I'm just gonna survey the land if there's anything there.
Rightio. So you're looking for the flowers, aren't you? So why don't you give me a survival check? You've been given a pretty good description of what you're looking for. and you are in a territory that you're familiar with, so I'll let you have advantage on the survival roll.
I have bad luck with advantage. Oh, cool.
Okay, so yeah, you do see a small cluster of stems coming up.
Okay. About how far away are they from flowering?
Oh no, I was just going to roll a dice to see how many of them are flowering. There is 3 stems that have come up. One of them is currently flowering. The other 2 have already, that their petals are already starting to sort of shrivel up and die. But one of them is currently flowering and looking healthy, as in that way that healthy flowers do.
Okay. I pick the petals off of the healthy one, and I grab the seeds from the 2 that are wilting.
Okie.
And then I'm gonna move. Or do I see anywhere close around where I am anymore?
No, nice. That's all you see right there where you are.
Okay.
So if you want to basically if you want to search that area around that tree, then we'll say just give me 2 more survival rolls.
Okay. And then can I also roll perception to make sure that there's nothing else going on around me?
Yep, sure.
Will that also be at advantage or no?
The perception won't be at advantage, but you can do the 2 survival rolls at advantage.
Okay. And then I'm gonna take that to normal. And perception. Shit.
Okay. So you see one more cluster that has got 3 stems coming up, all in like fresh blooming flower.
Okay. So I pick the petals off of those 3.
Right.
And then did I see another one in
Now,
there or no?
I'm gonna quickly stop you there before you do that.
Okay.
Can you give me a history check first, please?
Yep.
Okay. As you go to pick the petals off of this second cluster, something's niggling at the back of your mind about what he said he needed.
He needed the entire head of it.
Mm-hmm.
So
And you also are remembering what you've brought with you.
yes. So barring that one that I just ripped all the petals off, which I'm sure is dead now.
Well, what I'm saying is that for the first one, that you found in your first location, you took the petals off of the one that was flowering, and you got the seeds out of the you've taken the seed pod for the other 2. Sort of basically like taking off the whole of the head where it's starting to turn seeds. The second cluster that you found, you popped all the petals off of it, and then you suddenly remembered you've got that flower
The
box
trough.
thing, the trough thing in your pack with you, and he's like, "Oh crap! He actually said he needed the whole plant. If because I was thinking about taking the whole plant, wasn't I?
Yeah, it was.
yeah.
Fuck.
So you've destroyed 1 full cluster basically by
Yeah.
taking the petals off them. So you've got some adder's tongue petals. And there is another, so the second cluster that you've found from this location. So basically, cluster number 3 of the clusters that you've found total is got 2 stems coming up, both in full bloom.
Okay, so this time I'm gonna grab some of the soil from around the bank, and I'm gonna gently lift the flowers up and put them in the trough, and then get a little bit of water from the river in my hand and kind of water the dirt a little
So
bit.
I guess you sort of basically you're using your dagger to like dig around it a little bit and like
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then
So
can I
yeah.
also take the seeds and plant those in the sides next to the 2 flowers that I just put in there?
Yes, you can. You can do that.
Cool. So I'm gonna cross the bank here.
But you're not aware of anything else different with your perception roll or anything for it at all.
No, I know. That's kind of why I said shit. So I'm gonna go over here and check this location.
Okie dokie. Give me another survival roll.
Okay. Shit, that wasn't an advantage. Fuck.
Just roll it one more time, so then that essentially gives advantage, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. There we go.
18, okay. You find another cluster. There's 3 stems that have come up from this. 2 of them are like they're hanging quite low. One of them's like almost like basically traipsing in the water already. So there's 2 of them where there's no head or anything to the flower at all. But one of them is also still blooming fully.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab the one that's blooming fully. I'm gonna take the seeds off the 2 that are dead.
Okay. Well, so no, there's no head or anything on the other 2. The stems
Oh,
are still there, but you can see where the seed head would have disconnected or would have been connected to it, but there's nothing there. It's just 2 dead stems.
Okay, so now I've got 3 out of the 6 or 7 I needed, right?
You've got 3 total at the moment, yes.
Okay. So then I'm gonna go over here, and then I'm gonna roll perception to see if there's anything different.
Okay.
Fuck. RNG does not love me.
No. No, you think that you're seeing everything, of course. Everyone always thinks they're seeing everything.
Yeah, which blows. Well, I mean, I'm glad I'm paranoid. Um, so I'm gonna go over here and check the bank again.
Okay, let's have. I'll just move the map up a little bit so I can see you. So let's have another survival roll from you, please.
And this time I will put it at advantage.
Okay. Oh, God, you know, that was pissing me off. That's being stupid. There we go. So you see another one of the plant clusters with again 3 stems coming up. One of them, the actual stem itself is broken, so like snapped, and the plant that stem is hanging over dead. You get the feeling that maybe an animal's brushed past it and essentially, to all intents and purposes, killed it.
Okay.
And the other 2 though are they're in full bloom and lovely.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab those 2, and the dead one. Does it still have the head on it, or no?
It does, but it's shriveled up.
Okay, I'm gonna take the seed from that one.
Okay.
And plant all of those into the box.
Okay. So you've got 5 total now.
Yeah, 5.
Mhm.
All right. I'm gonna head over to this tree here.
And you stop right there, please.
Fuck me.
You can hear
Yeah.
coming basically from either side of you. There is some growling, and there is a couple of wolves that have been. You get the feeling now that they've been following you, and they've been prowling around and you're in their territory.
Okay.
So they're growling. They want to eat you. So
Well,
let's have initiative from you, please.
Oh shit, that was advantage. What the what was
It's the right number, so it's fine. It's fine. That is the first number, so it's not a problem.
Okay.
Right. And so go to the right layer for myself. That's this one here. And initiative. Now, because you weren't aware of them, you are surprised. So unfortunately, you ain't doing nothing this turn.
Okay, I figured.
So the first one, which is this one here, the one to the to this one.
Okay.
Forgetting my direction a bit there. Is going to lunge forward at you. These weird sized tokens that I've done it, and going to give you a nomming, and it's got advantage.
Okay.
Because of pack tactics. Oh, well, shit, son.
Well then.
Ouch.
So it's basically just like you've just turned around, and this wolf has essentially exploded out of the shrubbery at you at approximately chest height, doing the rawr thing. So that's 10 points of piercing damage and a DC 11 strength saving throw.
Okay.
Oof.
Fuck.
Oh, oof.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see.
You
Thinking quickly.
you are well. You can't really think quickly out of being grappled.
No, but
Some people think they can outsmart me. Maybe. Maybe.
I've yet to meet one that can outsmart grapple.
Split up the party. Split up.
It never goes wrong.
It shouldn't.
The only saving grace you've got on this bit is that the other wolf would already be attacking you at advantage and doesn't get double advantage from you being grappled.
Yeah.
Lunge. So you got one of them is basically pinning you down to the ground by your chest and is trying to snap at your face. Yeah, prone, not grappled. We know what I mean. Still prone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking grapple because I got myself confused there. But yeah, it's not prone. And the other one is about to give you a good old nomming as well. And nom nom. Oh shit! The
Christ, what
bed.
is this fucking... Okay, so that's 13.
This is the end of Nye. This is the end of Nye.
Oh my god.
Shouldn't be.
No.
Do I need to do another saving throw or no?
Well, you're already pinned, so you don't need to do a saving throw.
Okay.
Well, this is awkward.
So.
Well, it's your turn. If you weren't surprised before, you're definitely surprised now.
Yeah. All right, I'm thinking. Just give me
Yeah.
a second.
Yeah, I mean, you can still fight back. You're just doing so at disadvantage because you're prone.
Yeah. So you remember that stone that I had for the goblins?
The messaging stone.
Yes. Can I message them and tell them to come help me?
You messaging them. What are you gonna fumbling for your mobile phone in the middle of being mugged by wolves?
Well, it
What?
should be around my neck because I should have made it into a
Yeah,
kind of like a pendant.
yeah. It's I'm
there.
thematically.
Yeah.
I just got this mental image. You're like the 12-year-old / 78-year-old at an amusement park who has their mobile phone in that lanyard thing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pick a thing and say, Fizzle, need help, wolves, hurry, fast.
Where are you?
Riverbank.
The riverbank. That narrows it down.
Okay.
Oh my
Can I
god.
give him my exact location? No.
So you're going to describe the area to him, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So, river, splitting, forking, stream, rock face, pool. Would you believe it? He knows exactly where you fucking are. Jesus Christ! Somebody wants you to live.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay. Well, let's see. Is that? I know where you are. I can sense a voice. I sense a voice. Right. Let's see how many he sends. That's awkward. And see how far away they are. That's better. That's alright then. Okay, fair enough. Okay. So that's we'll say that was your.
Bonus?
What do we think, chat? Should we say that was his bonus action or his action to do that? How nice are we feeling tonight?
It's just talking, I'd say.
Well, it
bonus.
took
Yeah.
6 seconds at least to get that information
Yeah.
across.
Yeah, but I wonder whether or not the adrenaline would have given him the urge to be able to do that, and he can still maybe get off maybe one attack to defend himself. What do we think? Should we be nice? Should we be nice?
You can still shout for help while being sort of fighting things off, can't you? While grappling.
Well, Nick says it was an action,
While you were prone,
so we should have it as an action. Bonus action for the phone, grabbing. I'm gonna roll a d20 for it. So, Odds versus evens. Odds versus evens. We'll see if the dice want you to live or not. We'll see what's going on. It was an action.
Okay. So then, do I have a bonus action or no? Because I'm prone.
Well, you have a bonus action, but you can't use a bonus action to do an attack because the way that dual wielding works is that the bonus action attack is when you do your action, you can use your bonus action to attack.
I wasn't going to attack.
Yeah. Let's say you still have a bonus action available to you. Yes.
I do have that tinderbox, right?
You have the tinderbox. Yes. Well, the Zippo lighter.
Are you going to try and set the poor wolf on fire?
I think he's going to try and
No, I was
startle
gonna-
them.
Yeah.
I
With a
think.
tinder box?
Oh wait, or let's say that that wonderful stone has fallen out of my pack and is laying somewhere around.
You know what? It was in your pocket and it's fallen out of your pocket. It's right at hand. Fucking as if that one gives you a D20.
So, let's see, what was the word for it? It's on the bottom.
It's etched onto it. Yeah. Let's
I
see.
know.
Well, I mean, you're trying to, in the failing evening light, whilst you've got two wolves trying to eat you, you want to see if you can examine a broken, cracked drift globe for the word that's on it.
Well,
I think maybe we instead need to do a history check for you just to see if you can remember the word. 'Cause I don't think you're going to be able to, under the circumstances, you're not going to be able to examine the drift globe.
Yeah. Is it disadvantage or just normal?
Just do sort of do a regular history check.
Fuck.
No, you're not sure with it. There's an R in it.
I'm sitting there like, what is it? Army of Darkness. Klaatu, brata.
Well, so Wolfie number 1.
I said your damn words.
I'm actually going to put this on GM output so that only I see it, and we preserve some mystery and drama. No, fuck it. Go back to doing the all output. 8 points piercing
Okay.
damage.
So that is 9 health.
Are you on 9 hit points?
Yeah, I'm on 9 right now.
Jesus, this is awkward.
Yeah. Isn't it though?
Yeah.
Oh, that's unfair. That's just unfair.
There's so many.
And my headphones dying too.
Oh my god.
Could this be a
Some-
PK?
Someone really wants you dead.
Yeah, this
Fucking
game really
hell.
wants me dead today.
Oh, right. That was for the second wolf. So yeah, you're bleeding out a bit and being ragdolled around by these two dogs. These two wolves,
I
and
need
then
to do a
it's
saving throw for death, by the way.
you do, yes. So yeah, start of your turn, death save. No, not yet. No, because that's the end of that bit. So what actually happens now? Because I need to put them in because I didn't do this before.
Oh, good. My friends are here.
Yeah, they turned out they were right around the area. He managed to let out one of their whistle sounds, and he got someone out to people that they communicate with some clever little whistling noises. Right, so I'm going to pop this one out as well. So let's give them initiative rolls. This one and this one. So that goes there and there. There we go. I'll do them in that order, just because it kind of breaks. Actually, no, I'll do them the other way around because it's like alternating. Okay. So yes, your turn to have a death save from you then, please.
Yep. Alright, and where is that on this new...
It should be in the same place. I think someone's breathing on their mic again.
Mm-hmm.
It's not me. For once. Ooh.
That's not a save, is it?
Right.
That is a fail.
What is it? It's 11 and upwards, isn't it?
10 upwards.
I'll turn up.
Do I need to
Yeah.
roll again or no?
No. It's just a fail.
Follow through.
Now that you stop moving, you stop thrashing the wolves. Actually, they're not continuing to attack you. They've noticed that you're down, and they're sort of like they're gonna sniff and snuffle at you, trying to work out if you're actually dead, and giving you basically a turn's grace before they actually start to come and knob on you properly.
Oh, fun.
Then it's the Goblin Archer. Is the first one to go. Which one did I make the Goblin Archer? Because I've got these such small tokens for the goblins. So
I don't even see him. Oh, Jesus Christ. They are way the hell over there.
yeah, they're a little bit out of the way. They're down over here.
Do they have, like, what would it be, dog whistles?
They do not.
Damn.
Right, I'm just going to put a marker on this one just because it makes it easier for me to remember which one's which. Right, okay, so let's zoom the view out a little bit. So, down here is where the goblins are.
Mhm.
Right, so this one is going to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Run forward. It could happen, and I will feel really bad if it does. And taking a shot at the first wolf with his short bow. Hey, fire off, you wee beastie! Whip. And does that much damage to it. The second wolf is going to notice and bound to there. The second goblin. This is the great fun bit where the DM just gets to play with himself. Words chosen very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 running forward, and the goblin's going to hold his action to take a stab at the first wolf that comes in place because he's looking to defend his brother, the other goblin.
They may be very heroic, and do they actually know any kind of medicine to be able to get him back up again?
They.
Question.
Well, yeah, that is a good question. Where did this shield and 7 thing come from?
I don't know.
What, 7?
Now it's a 1. What?
What is that? That's a 4.
What's going on?
What symbol is that it's done on there? What is that?
Oh, there we go.
What the fuck is going on with that? That was really weird. I know, that was very peculiar. That's not something I would normally run with Nyx. It's just a bit of a peculiar thing.
Also, Nix, let us play the game how we play it. We might be shit, but it's our game, so, you know, back off.
Damn.
So he's in his held turn. Nye, death save from you, please. That is a pass. The other wolf, or the first wolf, is going to 1, 2, 3, 4 to there.
Now, how much health do I get back, first off?
A success, not a pass. You don't get any. You're still down. You're still bleeding out. It's only 1 success. You need three successes to stabilize.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And the goblin archer is going to try and take a shot at the one he's already hit and see if he can finish it off. Oh shit! Would you look at that? As it's leaping over the river, he's just like, "Oh, I got you now!" And he lets an arrow fly, and it sinks into the wolf's chest, into its heart,
Oh.
killing it outright.
That goblin voice makes my heart melt every time.
I
It's
love
so
it.
great.
It is so
It's
good.
so great.
And the second wolf is going to lunge forward and come within range of the first goblin, who has a held action. And he's going to swing in with his scimitar like the little tiny goblin-y hero that he is, and manage to hit it, slashing it fearsomely.
It's a good thing we didn't fight these goblins because they're pretty good.
Yeah.
No. They're just better than the party.
Yes.
Let's not mince our words here. But the wolf is now within range and is going to attempt to give the little goblin a nibble. But it doesn't do it advantage because the other wolf is dead. Nom! The goblin blocks it on its shield. And then will attempt to do the return stroke. It'll be saved. Oops, click the wrong thing. He cuts the wolf down. Yeah, you little bastard!
I fucking love that voice. It's the best.
Now, can they get there in time? Because that is the end of its... Oh no, its turn. It's going to start rushing forward. 2, 3, 4. So there. 9. Need another death save from you.
Oh, thank God.
That's a success.
Is it? Oh yeah, it was 10 and up.
One more pass.
Ooh.
That's 2 turns, so they can get to me in
The
time.
goblin archer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he's going to even... He's going to use his bonus action to dash so he can get over to you closer.
But
He
can
runs
goblins-
over. Oh, we'll find out. We'll find out. He runs over. He drops his bow. He goes, Mr. Man! Mr. Man! Now this one. Now, let's see whether or not he can stabilise you. I'm just going to do it because he's done no medicine check. He's just going to do it's just wisdom. Oh, I am praying for this little goblin. Come on, the little goblin that could. Oh dear.
Oh, God. Well, I've still got 2 turns before
Yes.
I live or die.
Wasn't that a critical fail on a medicine check? Though?
Yeah,
But-
so does he like fucking poison him or something?
No, he just. Let's say. I don't want to be like too ignominious an end here, really. For us, let's say it's. You know what? Depending on what this dice says, it may be an extra fail. Well, that just rolled a 1. That's an extra fail.
Oh,
Oh, fuck. So now I've got a 50-50 chance.
yeah.
Come on. It's 2 and 2.
Can he roll it with advantage because he's got like moral support around him? Now? Or is that too much?
See, normally death saves are completely exempt from any of that sort of stuff.
Be a malevolent god. No, benevolent. That's the word.
He said malevolent first.
I said malevolent.
Yeah, malevolent first.
That's the bad one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's the verdict?
The verdict is that I'm mentally changing the DC slightly for what you need to get to have a pass for this roll. Roll the death save.
Fuck.
Oh man.
You can't bend it that far.
I can't bend it that far.
Yeah.
Oh no, Nye.
Shit.
Right. Okay.
Oh.
The goblins pick up your body and they carry you back to their cave where they get their shaman to like do some magic and stuff over your body, and for the moment you There's that. That spell, spare the dying or something like that. That means
Yeah, I
that
have
it extends the time.
Yeah, it just stabilizes a person. It doesn't bring.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not the. There's one of them. There's the spell that extends the amount of time you get to be able to actually magically bring someone back to life. So the shaman doesn't know how to bring someone back to life, but he does have some knowledge of it, and he's able to get you so that you won't start to decompose, and you know you might be dead, but your spirit is currently still within your body. You haven't passed on at this time. You're still there. And the following morning, when the hunters come out to do their next hunting trip, uh, that's interesting, Lynchy. Fair enough. Yeah. So when the next hunting trip come out for it, they explain to the hunting party what's happened with it, and you are taken back to the city, and taken to one of the basically one of the shrines. Let's see. Oh no, they remember. They remember that you had Mathe with you, don't they? Yeah, they do. They remember you got Mathe with you. So you've been taken to the Shrine of Tyr. Not Tyr, of Helm, I should say.
Yeah.
And Mathe has been made aware of what's happened. So you're currently at the moment.
I'm in limbo.
You're in limbo. And Mathe is essentially tending to your body at this time.
Okay.
Oh, we're all dead if Harry's looking after someone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jem, quickly retcon. You're a necromancer.
I don't want to come back as dead.
Right. Well, that was an awkward thing.
Oh my god! I can't believe that actually happened.
Nor can I really. I'm kind of
Surprised?
yeah.
Yeah. Give me that extra fail. God damn it.
Well, I was trying to think of like, I mean, he just. It's
Could've
like
made
he's
it
like,
so
is he
I
okay?
could come back
Poking you with his scimitar. Are you okay, sir? Are you okay? Poking you with his sword.
He did roll like a critical fail, and
Yeah.
On a
a
medicine check.
zero.
Critical fail on a medicine check normally
Well, I
means
thought
that
he
you
was
make
doing
it
a
worse.
wisdom check for
Yeah.
not to. Oh, never mind.
Right. Okay.
So
So yeah, that's how you spent your evening. Ion. On the plus side, you still got the flowers because that was on your body. So they took them with you. You've got them.
At least you've got an excuse to say you only got 5.
So we know what Ion's doing as well with trying to make some money and stuff. Now we've got about 15 minutes until we're going to be ending, so I'm not going to have that was peculiar. We're not going. So we've got about 50 minutes until our scheduled end time. So I'm not going to start the other group encounter. We'll do that next week. I'm going to find another D&D streamer to share this fantastic love we've got here of 13 people with us. But the first thing I'm going to do is, because there's 13 people in here, do what we normally do in this sort of thing. So that's. There we go, 13 people. So what the fuck? What the fuck are we doing? That's right.
I
There
guess
we
we'll
go.
find out next week if I'm.
Yeah, we'll find out next week. Well, hopefully next week, Harry should be back with us as well, and we'll see if he can do some stuff. Because I mean, like, he needs a redemption arc anyway. So you know, you could this could be what we need. This could be everything that's needed to get Harry back on point.
Yeah.
We should
Let's.
have lay on hands, so it should be alright.
Well, that's the thing, see, because he is, you know, lay on hands ain't gonna work for this sort of thing.
Would it not? Would it? Oh, I suppose you would need something like spare the dying, wouldn't you?
Hmm. So let's find another D&D streamer and see what's going on with the fun stuff. It's
I
fun.
was thinking because the old D&D rules for like 2 and 3, where if you healed someone when they were still on their death saves, you could bring them to bonus hit points.
Yeah.
But I forget it doesn't work like that now.
No,
Yes.
the death saves are over. I don't
Yeah.
think
Yeah. No.
Paladins-
Yeah. It's you're going to need some form of
Resurrection.
some form of quite heavy grade magic.
Maybe we can find someone in the city, or maybe like Mathe and my combined effort can help. I don't know.
Maybe we'll have to wait till next week to see what's going on.
It's a bullshit cliffhanger, by the way.
If it makes you feel any better, you were probably the most competent person in this group for a while there.
Well,
I like that, if it makes you feel better, you were probably the most competent. You were. That's such a nice like. Now that you're dead.
When I come back, I'm lighting your tail on fire.
No, I said that. I've only been ever nice to you. Why'd you hate me?
Because you were assaulting in varying ways a poor defenseless creature.
I didn't know that. I was just doing what
tied him
Mathe
up.
told me.
They were sentient, okay? They were talking about family. You killed my brother!
But we didn't know they were sentient when we attacked.
But they were talking.
No, they weren't. When they were just fishing while we came, and then I hit him on the head, and then I
Yeah, that's true.
Let's
The
see.
I didn't
first one-
slice
what
anybody
this-
up. I don't deserve it.
The first one that talked was the one that talked to Vivian.
Mhm. Because I made friends with them.
Typical man versus woman. Smash! Hi!
Get out of the car and ask for directions. Now I know where I'm going.
Honestly, I still stand by the fact that I don't think that bad.
Alright, let's see if this group's actually
Also,
still.
your blog is fantastic. If you're
Well, I've heard the songs 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I could probably fill in what happened.
Are these guys still on?
I am Captain Hammer, but my
I even lent a guy some gloves to dress up as Captain.
No, I don't think they're actually still. I think that sounds like they're closing up. Trying to find a group that's actually active. There's not very many people that are actually on and active at the minute. Let's see. Let's have a look at these guys. Let's turn the audio on.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that sounds like they're still active. Okay, so let's say hello to these guys then. So this is what I'm trying to do each time now we end the D&D stream is find another D&D streamer or otherwise role playing streamer and give them a little bit of a raid. So hopefully you guys are going to stick around for a few minutes more for the purposes of this raid, and then we'll be finishing up. I will be back on again at some point tomorrow, probably in the evening. But failing that, I'll definitely be on Wednesday. Wednesday is my 12-hour stream that I'm doing on Warframe to celebrate the fact that we've hit over 200 followers. Because it's, milestones. Celebrate success.
Well done.
Nice.
Good, and...
I'm still on 4.
Well, everyone starts somewhere.
Exactly.
Okay. So these guys, they're playing some D&D in a minute, so we're going to pop in there, going to say hello. So share the love, spread the love a little bit, and let them know just how awesome they are for playing some D&D. If I don't see you Wednesday, then I shall see you the next time after that. Take care of yourselves, look after yourselves, be good to each other, make sure you pray to our own Jesus. Nye, definitely get on your knees for a week, I think, to see about what's going to be happening for your character. Take care, my friends. I love you all. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.